Dave and Jack from Dip Road Dogs. Welcome to Australian Musician.
Hey Greg, how you going?
How are you?
Good. So whereabouts you guys hold up?
We're in our farm studio in Appin, South Victoria.
Yeah. So how's this isolation thing affecting you guys? You're pretty isolated anyway.
Yeah, yep, we're pretty used to being isolated. Yeah, so we're been on tractors for the last month. So nothing's changed too much from our end.
Yeah. So as far as the band goes, what plans did you have to put aside this year?
So we're probably more maybe the touring side would have been.
We were hoping to play a few shows off this release of the EP, but yeah, we sort of had to put that on hold. So, but yeah, other than that, we've still been. We've had a few jams and been in contact over the internet.
Yeah, and we had a show in the pipeline at the Yarra in Melbourne on Johnson Street there for the EP release, but we'll put that off to the end of the year, I think.
Yeah. So you guys all used to live together, didn't you, in one place at one point?
Yeah, sort of off and on. Jack and I lived together, and then a few of us moved in and out, and then Matt came in, and
I'm actually living in that house at the moment.
Okay. So do you all have common music tastes growing up?
I'd say it's pretty varied. I think Jack and I have quite similar tastes. I'm a bit heavier, like the heavier music, I guess, and Jack's, I don't know.
Ollie's probably country and...
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty varied between the four of us, yeah.
Yeah. Do you reckon the band would have a different sound if you grew up in the city? Do you think your surroundings make a difference?
I haven't thought about it too much, but I'd say that
maybe a bit.
I reckon it does. There's nothing that, being in the country, you don't have any direct influences, no one that you're around to really feed off, so I guess you just create, you're not as pressured to go one way or the other, I suppose. So.
Yeah. So you have managed to get this EP out this year. It's called Shashuka. Tell me where that name comes from.
I was on Bridge Road in in Richmond there last year having breakfast with some friends, and Shakshuka was on the menu, and we're tomato farmers up here in Kerrang, and we just it just seemed like it was a pretty apt name for the EP, being a delicious tomato-based meal, and you can throw anything in to make it work. So thought it was a good analogy.
Yeah, the EP is the perfect soundtrack for a long country drive. Not that people are encouraged to do that much at the moment, but it has a real sort of transcendental meditation type vibe to it. You can really lose yourself in the sound. Was that always going to be the vibe, or just the way it came out?
It was probably more luck than anything, I guess. Like, we sort of, once we got into the process and we started hearing those sounds and what it was going to sound like, I guess we probably focused on it a bit more.
Yeah, and followed on with it.
Yeah. Was recorded in Nashville. How did that come about?
Yeah, it was, I think I was sitting on the tractor one day and thought there must be a way that we can get in touch with a producer somewhere. It's quite hard. I found it harder to find someone locally than I just went online and had a look around and got in touch with Josh Frigo. And it was a pretty simple process, really. Just in touch via email and sent him the demos, and we booked in some time, and it was just, it was quite good how easy it was, actually.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to look around Nashville at all, or did you get to have a play there?
We spent a bit of time at the probably too much time at the start out at the honky tonks and checking out live bands, but so we reined it in towards the tail end of the recording. But yeah, we had a good look around and drove down to Atlanta afterwards. So that was good.
Did
And
you?
yeah, it's a pretty amazing place.
Yeah. Did you get to check out the quality of their tomatoes?
They're all full of water over there. Bloody terrible.
Let's talk about some of the gear you used on the album. Dave, you're a singer guitarist. Did you play any guitar on the album?
Yeah, yep. So I think between Jack, Josh, and I, we all sort of played, I don't know, a third each, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a fair mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just tried to mix it up a bit. We actually didn't take our guitars over just because of the hassle of getting the luggage there. But I play Gilchrist usually, which is made by my cousin down in Camperdown in Victoria. He sells. I don't know if you've heard of Carter's Vintage in Nashville.
Yeah.
They make mandolins and guitars over there, so that's what I usually use. But we played Josh's Telecaster.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't think what year it was, but yeah,
It's a 60s Telecaster on a Fender Twin. Yeah,
I think it was Fender Twin.
Early 70s. Yeah.
Mm.
Did you use many effects in the studio?
Yeah, we probably the Flint. Strymon Flint would have been the biggest one that we used, like a tremolo reverb pedal, and that would have been the biggest one on there. And then Josh had a few plugins on his Pro Tools, so that was a big part of it as well.
Yeah. So when you're generally playing at home, what's the stage setup? What guitars do you use, and what's in the pedal board?
Well, I'm playing a Achilles amp from, I don't know if you know Achilles, down in down in Melbourne. So it's a copy of a black bass Fender Twin, and it's an amazing amp. It's really happy with that one. And I play it's an early 70s Japanese copy of a 335. I think it's a 5102 or something like that. It's called. But yeah, early Japanese copy, and it's not a bad guitar. You can't really say much bad about it when you get it for free. So, mate's old man gave it to me.
Yeah.
I also play I think it's a '59 reissue Stratocaster. Yeah.
So
most of the yeah.
So living where you guys do, who looks after your? Where do you go to for your guitar needs, strings and things like that? What's your nearest store?
There's a music store in Swan Hill, but it's sort of the other way for us. We're sort of close to Bendigo, and Jack used to live in Bendigo, so
yeah. There's two shops in Bendigo. I go to Bat City Music, and I think it's Muso Stuff, is it? The other one,
yeah.
And they both look after us pretty well, yeah. Good blokes down there.
And just had a bit of got our twins at the new Billy Hyde store in, is it Narre Warren, I think it is?
Nunawading, yep.
Nunawading, that's it, yep.
Yeah. The songs on this album sound like they might have come out of a jam. Is that how they were written?
Yeah, I'd say there's a couple on there that were just riffs sort of from a while ago that we worked on, but Labor Day especially was started as just I got a new drum kit there a while back and mucked around with a beat on that, and Jack and I sat in here for a while just adding tracks to Pro Tools and probably made it way too complicated. But because there's only two of us most of the time, it's we sort of need to use Pro Tools to get our ideas out and be able to jam them out. But when Matt's here and Ollie's here, we get a chance to really jam properly. But I think Labor Day was the main jam song.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's your debut EP. What kind of things did you learn from the whole experience that you might take into the next recording?
Probably give ourselves a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had about 5 days, 6 days to do it, and put the pressure on a fair bit. And there's some things we would have liked to nut out a bit more. Would you say that?
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Yeah, a bit more time, do it in a bit more relaxed atmosphere, I suppose.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what's the revised plan for 2020? You got some videos coming out, releasing more singles?
We've got a video coming out very soon that Jack's the main star in for our song Serenity Now.
Look out.
Yeah. And so we filmed that in Up and South just before all this COVID stuff happened with Nate Hill and Lucas Packett from Melbourne. So Nate does all our artwork, and Lucas came up. He had a lot of camera gear, so we filmed it all in one day back in February, I think. Yeah. And so I think that'll be out this week almost. So yeah,
and
exciting.
What's the next move for the band? Do you think you'll go another EP, or are you looking at doing an album at some point?
I think we'll go for an album this time. Yeah.
Sort of we've been working on a few new ones, and it's feeling pretty good, like the process. So I think, we might go for an album.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we probably would have tried to get an album with this first one, but the time constraints and things like that just made it a bit hard. So, and we weren't quite happy with all the demos, so we thought we'd leave that as an EP. But I think we've almost got enough songs to, we'll be working on it pretty soon, I think, probably straight after this interview.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to most when the lockdown's over?
A few beers in Melbourne with some friends, I suppose. Yeah.
Do some gigs?
Usually when we're working on the tractor for so long, for the last 6 weeks or so, we have the pubs in Melbourne as something to strive toward, but now we're just at home doing nothing.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's been great to catch up, and good luck with the EP.
Yeah, thanks so much, Greg.
Thanks for having us.
No worries.